If you feel mentally exhausted after spending time with people, even when you genuinely enjoyed their company, and need hours, or even days of complete solitude to feel like yourself again, you're not antisocial or broken or weird, because your brain is actually wired to process social stimulation in a fundamentally different way than most people, and what you're experiencing is a real neurological need, not a personality flaw. Your brain isn't rejecting connection, it's managing a sophisticated energy system that processes external stimulation more intensely than the average person. And that difference shows up in how your nervous system responds to everything from conversations to crowds. Psychology says your need for alone time comes down to dopamine sensitivity, which is the chemical messenger that makes experiences feel rewarding or overwhelming. And research shows that introverted brains are more sensitive to dopamine, meaning you reach your optimal stimulation level much faster than extroverts do. And this isn't about being shy or socially anxious, it's about how your brain's reward system is calibrated, because when you're in social situations, your brain is processing facial expressions, tone of voice, body language, conversational subtext, and environmental stimuli all at once. And this creates what neuroscientists call cognitive load, which is the total amount of mental effort your working memory can handle at any given moment. And for people with high dopamine sensitivity, that load reaches capacity quickly, which is why a 2-hour dinner party can feel like running a mental marathon even when you're having fun. Because your brain has been operating at maximum processing power the entire time. Your nervous system also operates on what's called the introversion-extroversion continuum, which is determined by your reticular activating system, or RAS, which controls your baseline level of cortical arousal, and introverts have naturally higher baseline arousal, meaning your brain is already more awake and alert to incoming information. So, additional stimulation from social interaction pushes you past your optimal arousal zone into overstimulation territory. And this is why you might feel physically tired or mentally foggy after socializing, because your sympathetic nervous system, which controls your fight or flight response, has been subtly activated. And when you finally get alone, you're not just resting, you're allowing your parasympathetic nervous system to activate, which is responsible for rest and digest functions that help your body return to baseline. And this biological recovery process is as necessary as sleep. Research shows that solitude activates the default mode network in your brain, which is a system of interconnected regions that becomes active when you're not focused on the outside world. And this network is responsible for self-reflection, memory consolidation, creative thinking, and processing emotions and experiences. And your brain literally cannot do this deep processing work while simultaneously managing social input, which is why you need time alone, not just to rest but to integrate everything you've absorbed. And when you deny yourself this processing time, you start to feel disconnected from yourself, or like you're operating on autopilot, because your brain hasn't had the space to consolidate your experiences into coherent self-knowledge. What you're calling your social battery is actually your nervous system's capacity for external stimulation. And when that capacity is exceeded, your body releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone that signals you've exceeded your energy budget. And this is why cancelling plans can feel like immediate relief, because you're preventing your system from going further into depletion. And honoring this need isn't selfish or antisocial, it's sophisticated self-regulation, because you're listening to your body's signals and managing your nervous system's needs before you reach burnout. And psychology shows that people who regularly honor their need for solitude have better emotional regulation, stronger sense of identity, and more satisfying relationships, because they're showing up as their authentic selves rather than running on empty. So if you need significant alone time to recharge, your brain isn't being difficult or antisocial, it's operating exactly as it should for someone with high sensitivity to dopamine and stimulation. And what looks like withdrawal to others is actually deep processing and nervous system regulation. And the people who understand this about themselves and honor it without shame are the ones who build sustainable social lives that actually feel good instead of draining. If this resonates with you, share this with someone who needs to hear that their alone time isn't optional, it's essential. And if you want more content that validates how your brain works, hit subscribe, because we're breaking down the psychology behind why you are the way you are.